Ta-da! Okay. So I asked Jessica to share a little bit. She's been handing out a lot of business cards, and so I asked her to share with us how she's been doing that and how it's been going. So you're on.
Okay. It's funny because I was sitting here thinking, and I knew that I needed to be like, writing stuff down, but I'm like, when I was thinking about it, I'm just like, why am I drawing a blank right now? It kind of like comes to me in the moment, and I try to initiate, like, obviously strike up conversation. And there's a couple different, I guess, when we're out at the park, I try to engage with people. And like, for instance, stay in a store, or if I go to get a coffee in the drive-through, things like that, it's a little bit different. So I'll go with like having person-to-person contact first. And most of the time, I'm around, a lot of moms all the time, going to parks and doing things like that. So I try to find common ground and establish, just talking first. And what I say is, I'd like to give you something. I work from home, and I work for a health and wellness company. And these products have changed, not only my health, but also my family's health. And I'll tell them a little bit, about like, I've overcame colitis with these. I had to, what else do I say? Sorry, guys, it's not very professional, but...
We're not professional either. It's okay.
I tell them a couple benefits. I don't try to keep it too long. I try to keep it short and sweet and not to overload them with information. But obviously, like when you're talking about, these supplements are, vitamins and minerals, and this is about gut health and digestive health. And what else do I say? I just keep it sweet and short until if they ask me a question about it, then I'll go into detail. And I like to also touch base on how easy they are, like the Slim, you just pour it into, you mix up 10 ounces of water, and then you throw the Slim in there and you shake it up and drink it 30 minutes before breakfast. And I like to say it's not a meal replacement. And because a lot of people, I don't want them to think it's just about weight loss. Right. So I really also tell them that. I'm like, honestly, this is not just about weight loss. In the beginning, when I knew nothing about Plexus, that's what I thought this was. But this is getting healthy from the inside out. I always make sure that I say that. And like at in a grocery store, when I'm just doing a very quick contact, I'll also say, can I give you this? I work for, a health and wellness company, and these products are for getting you healthy from the inside out, gut health, digestive health, just those kind of things to spike interest in people and thinking about, their health. So, sorry, I wish that I would have been, I know you gave me time to be prepared. I was totally unprepared.
No, I didn't give you very much time, really. Sorry.
No, but I was trying to get my nighttime routine down, and I didn't calculate enough time that I needed to get everything done.
That's okay. No, those are really good tips. I mean, I honestly am really bad about handing out cards. Like it is probably the hardest thing for me.
It's scary.
It is. But like, as you've been doing it, right, like it's getting easier. I mean, I swear, like every day you're like, I handed out more cards. I'm like, what? Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess I have a bunch of cards, and my intentions are I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Like today I went to Target and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a picture. And every person I saw, I was like, no, not a good time. No. I talked myself out of every single person.
Yeah.
I know. I've definitely done that, but I try to ask, to be given signs. And I honestly don't even know if it's me talking when I'm telling people, because like the Holy Spirit just kind of takes over. That's what it is. 'Cause I'm just like, gosh, what do I say to people? Why can't I remember?
Yeah.
But I'll make a rule, and that's every time I go on an outing, I hand out at least 1 or 2 cards. That's my rule. And I push through it, and there's been a couple times I talked myself out, and I've been like really down on myself. I'm just like, I can't move forward if I don't do this. And I'm not gonna be great at it at first, but I hope that I gave that person just enough information to spike their interest and not just for them to throw that card away. So I have yet for anyone to actually call me back, and I've handed out a lot of cards. So I try not to let that discourage me. I keep saying, when it comes, it's going to come. And, I'll be so excited when it starts really paying off. Like, it's still paying off because it's making me grow. It's making me push myself. So, and the more you do it, the better you get. So,
how many of you have gone out witnessing, and how scary that is to ask those questions or even hand them? You're like, quickly, here, can you take this? And then you like run off almost.
Like, here, and you throw it at them and run away.
Yeah. I hate to say, I don't want to compare it, but in some ways it feels like that.
Yeah, it does. So just try to be, and I'm not saying that I have this down at all, but I try to calm my nerves and not seem nervous, because I know if I'm nervous, they're going to be nervous. They're going to be more nervous than I am. And I'll give you a quick funny story. Yesterday at the park, there was this group of moms, and there was like a bunch of them. And I pulled up and I said, you're going to hand out some business cards to this group of ladies. You can't not share this. And I'm like pumping myself up. I'm like, you might look like an idiot. Yeah, I might. And I'm probably going to get a no. And maybe they won't even take them. I don't know, but I still got to try. I have yet, except for yesterday, that no one took the card. But yesterday there was these three ladies, and they all had pretty small kids. I'm infant, and maybe one was around 2. So right there, I knew my crowd was going to be kind of tough, because it's kind of like a gray area. People that give like kids supplements, it raises an eyebrow to people, like, how safe is this stuff? And it's not FDA approved. Yeah. And I'm just like, neither is that McDonald's. But anyways,
and that bottle with that formula.
Right? It's like, so it's ironic that people question, healthy things that are all natural, but that burger, it's calling to them, and they're not second guessing it.
Right.
So,
well, I have to tell you, I reached out to a family member, but I won't say who it was. But anyway, my older daughter got a text message from this particular person that said, is your mom selling drugs or something? She's like, what?
Wow.
And I even sent videos in my website.
Too funny.
Oh. Yes, they are drugs, but they're legal.
Yes.
Right? They're grown from the ground.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
So, yeah, but so the lady's phone went off when I'm talking to them, because she was like, what's it about? And then her phone's ringing and she can't find it. And she's searching all over the place, and I'm still just, okay, don't stop. It'll be awkward. Like, so I'm keep going, and I'm trying not to let her distract me. And then I see her other friend that's holding this very small baby just looking at me like, you do what? You give your kids these? I was telling her, I was like, I've taken these to my pediatrician, and she, was telling me, keep doing what you're doing, because, my kids, their immune health is so much better. They don't get sick as often. And, I don't want, to have to take them in if I can't get them better, to give them antibiotics. And I was telling the doctor that, and she was like, I agree, because they've been on way too many antibiotics lately. And I was like, this is, in your opinion? She was like, there's nothing in here that I see that I'm concerned with. And I think you just keep doing what you're doing. So, but anyways, that was kind of my epic fail. One of the girls in the group was like, yeah, I've heard of Plexus, but we have a friend that's an ambassador. And I said, that's awesome. That's great. And she was like, I myself, my son, who's like I'm not sure, he's still an infant, has type 1 diabetes. And I was telling her, I was like, you know, you could ask your friend for the ingredients list and just take it into your pediatrician. And she was like, no, not you. You misheard me. He has type 1 diabetes. And I was just like, I need to sharpen up my knowledge on that. But Steph and I were talking about it, and she was saying that there's possibly some benefits that, you know, he might be able to benefit from if she was to tell her pediatrician about it, even being type 1. I don't know. But I definitely was out of my comfort zone. I kind of just did a face plant, but I was just like, I kept it together. I tried to keep it together. I don't know how it looked. But I was like, thanks so much for your time, and I really appreciate you letting me share this with you. You know, have a great day. But
so have you ran into these people, like these moms at different times? Do you go to different parks?
I feel like I will. I feel like it's going to happen, and I'm just going to be like, just play it off.
Walk the other way.
Just wear your Plexus shirt and walk up to him.
Plexus mom.
Yep.
You found me with my big shirt.
And a hat and a bracelet and the whole thing. Yeah.
Right?
Do it.
Yeah. So there'll be no question. They'll know who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
Well, I put my kids in their Plexus shirts, and they have their Plexus sippy cups, and we go to the kids club, and I have my Plexus shirt on, and so, you know, wow.
That's awesome. And have people like ask you about it and talked about it?
There's been a few people, and I've given out some samples and stuff, but
awesome.
You know, I'm not trying to push myself too much because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable with me, so I'm getting to know them first, just because I see them on a regular basis. So
for sure. Absolutely.
Cool.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No worries. My pleasure.
We all have to fail to be able to get to the next point, you know. And they said this at Leaders Retreat. They said, diamonds are only diamonds because they've failed more than you. Mm-hmm. And it's really true, because they've failed just like we've failed, you know. And we do these things and we're like, oh man, that was dumb, or oh man, I said the wrong thing, or whatever, you know. But like, that's good. It's good for us to do that. It helps us to grow and move forward. So yeah, that's exciting though. I really need to get better about passing out business cards for sure.
Well, and I understand being in Seward and how, like, you know,
I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's sad. Just to, even if, you know, maybe they won't call, but it's still going to be like good practice for you.
Yeah.
And who knows? You never know. Like you always tell me, you never know who's actually going to say, you know, they're going to call you out of the blue. Maybe it's right away. Maybe it's later, but you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad that I did that. Handed that card out, and I can't wait for when it starts paying off. But even Marv was saying, like, it's just like recruiting. And I think, of course, we've talked about it within Plexus, but sometimes you have to hand out like 100 business cards just to get like a few people. Mm-hmm. And like, that's the same way with, you know, recruiting. And, but yeah, definitely like the whole establishing relationships, like that's going to be your gold mine. And I don't just always like throw my business cards out at people. It has a lot to do with in like building a relationship and building trust, like that we've learned within Plexus. And when you were saying about joining a group, you know, do not talk about Plexus at all. You know, don't bring it up. You don't want to hunt. You want to harvest, right? So I also make a point to just, lately I've been doing just pushing out the cards, and I'm just like, yeah, I really gotta start, you know, just establishing relationships. And I've handed out a couple business cards and to people just to get a play date. I'm like, here, just the sake of having my number. By the way, I also have my own like little home business. But anyhow, just give me a text and we should have a play date one of these days. And nobody's called me back since I've been doing that. So I was like, yeah, that didn't work. Like I did that to about 5 different ladies just for play dates, and maybe it was too much pressure. they're like, oh, she's going to try to get me into her crazy business. And they didn't want to call me back. I don't know. But
I kind of like, I don't remember who said this, one of the trainings, but I like the idea, like for that kind of stuff is like, hey, do you mind if I get your phone number, or maybe we become friends on Facebook and you can message me?
Yeah.
Don't ever bring up Plexus, but because we have it on our walls, they're going to see it.
Yeah.
And that's a way to kind of introduce it without introducing it.
Yeah.
Maybe we try that route with somebody.
Yeah. Another thing before I forget, I've been awful at actually telling people when handing out my business card, like today, perfect opportunity. I had a great conversation with one of these moms that was pregnant, and her daughter was around 5. And finally, Maddie's like, Mom, go over there and ask if we can have a play date. Maybe you can give her a Plexus card. And I was like, that's my girl. You know, long story short, she's actually leaving soon. And she was like, we would have loved a play date, but we're actually moving. And she was like, well, what's your business? And what's it about? And, you know, blah, blah, blah. Gave her the spiel, very short and sweet. And she was like, well, is it safe for pregnant and nursing moms? And I said, I'm so glad you asked. I was like, yes. I was like, you know, take the ingredients list in. I know handfuls of women within Plexus that have had, you know, they've been taking their Plexus products all pregnancy and they're doing great. And anyways, I had the perfect opportunity because she was like, I'll definitely check into this. I'm going to tell my sister about it. And I'm really going to need this after I'm due because I've had bad postpartum blues with my first daughter. And I said, yes. I was like, and I can't wait to, you know, share more with you. And I said, let's keep in contact. Let's stay in touch. And, you know, give me a call and let me know how things are going in Los Angeles for you. And I should have said right then and there, because we had a long, lengthy conversation, it was a perfect opportunity to say, are you on Facebook? And then add her right there. And I'm just like, no, I forgot. I was so bummed because it was just like, oh man, that would have been the perfect opportunity. But
well, that's okay. You know, now, like going forward, now you have something that could even like move you forward even further than just, you know, like you give them your card, but then you also get them on Facebook, you know, that's huge. And you wouldn't even have to say, like Brenda said, you wouldn't even have to say anything about Plexus at all. They're going to see your stuff, you know.
Absolutely. So. If we didn't even talk Plexus at all, that's a really great idea. And be like, hey, are you on Facebook? Maybe not even ask for their numbers at all. Yep. And just be like, are you on Facebook? And then that way you can keep in contact and they know what you're about. And then you personally message each other and be like, hey, let's have a play date. Mm-hmm. So yeah, good stuff.
And one of the things I was going to tell you guys is, I don't remember where I heard this, but whenever you start messaging somebody on Facebook, their posts automatically start coming up in your feed. And your posts automatically start coming up in theirs. Because I have a girl that I sent a friend request to a couple weeks ago. I saw like maybe 1 or 2 of her things. I started messaging her the other day, and all of a sudden I just got flooded with all of her stuff. And I'm like, this is really strange. And then I was like, oh yeah, I heard that somewhere. So even if you message somebody and say nothing about Plexus, it's going to put your stuff in their feed more. And so that's just how Facebook is made.
You as a friend, is that right?
Yeah. Like if you're friends with them, then like
initially after requesting their to be their friend and they accept, then it starts going into their news feed. Mm-hmm. Cool. That's cool.
So I had heard that, and then this happened to me, and I was like, okay, wow, it really is true. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. So that just so that you know, like, Facebook thinks like, oh, this person's really connected to them, so I'm going to show them more of their stuff. So just a little side tip. Okay, so I want to talk about new ambassadors and new customers. And I have created kind of like a small file of documents to send to new ambassadors. I also have a new customer letter. And I think that what we should start doing is, like, especially for customers, send them the letter, and you can write something your own if you want to, but I've already kind of put one together that you guys can edit if you want to use that. But just email it. Huh? Oh, sorry, I thought you said something. So just email it to them, and you can even just like personalize it to whatever their products they're taking or what their goals are with it, you know, but just something to say, hey, you know, thank you for your order, whatever you want to say. And then especially, you know, make sure you tell them, you know, make sure you're drinking your water and all these things. It's just nice to have it in an email, something they get personally from you, because they probably got like at least 2 emails from Plexus saying, thank you for your order, whatever, but maybe something personal from you to just kind of make it more of a relationship type thing there. And then also with ambassadors. So as a new ambassador, I mean, think about when you signed up, you wanted to know how much the products cost. You wanted a price sheet. You wanted, you know, a little bit of information on the products and all these things. And so thankfully with our new kits, you know, we have a lot of that stuff now, but those should be coming to the new ambassadors. But the time that they're waiting for their welcome kit, they're going to need something. I mean, what if they go out and someone says, oh, I want to sign up too, and they have no idea how to do that? Then they're messaging you, you're sleeping, you know, something happens and the person, I don't know. I always think about these things like, you know, what would I want? Like, I would want to be able to do it right then. I would want to know how to do it and be able to help somebody. So what I created was kind of like a step-by-step thing, you know, this is the first thing to do as an ambassador. This is the second thing to do. And it's not overwhelming. I think it's like 7 things. And I think that it would just really help at least get them a little bit of knowledge in their head if they don't know very much about, you know, the business and stuff. Obviously, if you have somebody just signing up for wholesale, you're going to treat them totally different, because if they don't want anything to do with the business, you don't want to make them feel like they have to have anything to do with the business. So you're probably not going to send them the same information. So number 1, if you have somebody that wants to sign up, it's best to help walk them through the sign up process. I had a girl that I did not do this with, and she set her order to be picked up at the Arizona office. So a month later, she got her welcome kit today or yesterday, and she ordered at the end of December. Yeah. She was totally fine. Like she was super nice about it and didn't complain at all, because she had product. It wasn't really that big of a deal to her, you know, but anyway, she ended up getting a new kit out of it. So, oh my goodness. But, so just little things like that. She had no idea. And so later when I followed up with her, she's like, yeah, it said that the triplex welcome pack was out of stock. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, how is that possible? You know, come to find out she chose the wrong option. So anyway, I just think it's great if you can walk people through it on the phone. You can explain everything to them right then and there. Obviously they can do the information part by themselves, but the rest of it, you know, is good to help them out with if you can. And then while you're on the phone with them, try to set up a time to do a Zoom or a 3-way call with me, like one of our welcome calls, just to talk about their goals, talk about what they want from the products. Even if this person isn't interested in the business at all, just tell them, I'd love for you to hear the testimony of my friend Stephanie or whatever. Can we talk on the phone for 15 minutes? You know, something like that. But I think that, you know, getting the 3-way call in is so important, because that really helps set people up for success, especially if they're going to be doing the business. So then after you set that up, you could even, you know, if you wanted, you could even, you know, message me and say, hey, what's a good time or whatever, and we could just try to figure it out that way, even if it wasn't directly on the phone with them, but just as soon as we can. So then number 3 would be send them the welcome email and then follow up with them to make sure they got it. Like I sent something to Jessica the other day, and my computer was doing something crazy, but she never got it. But thankfully I asked her, you know. So anyway, send it again. So just make sure that they got it. In there is a list of videos that they can watch, because I think it's important to watch videos. We all know that's how we learn a lot of things. And so if they have a list of them, they can just click through and watch them as they go. That would be something. And then the other thing would be to ask them about their first Facebook post. If they're interested in that, if they're not, that's fine. Don't pressure them, but just tell them, you know, it might be a great way to introduce it to your family. You can help them figure out what to say, you know, make it personal to them. Number 5 would be to add them to Diamonds in the Rough, Powered by Plexus, and Journeys, but make sure you ask them first. And make sure you ask them if they want to be welcomed, because some people, like I've had people that are like, no thanks, you know, like I don't want to do that, you know, and I understand that, I respect it, but at least try to get them in the group, because then they'll be notified of drawings and promotions and you know, different things we're doing in the group. So I think it's really important to have them there. And then if they do want to be in there, then you can welcome them and everything. And just, if you guys see somebody being welcomed in there, just make sure you go in and say, hey, welcome, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything long. And then plug them into any trainings that are coming up, if they're interested. Have them, you know, here, hold on a second.
D, E, I, A, C, and R on both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz band.
Here we go. Hold on a second.
This also will connect on LTE bands 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, 17, and 29.
Okay. Oops. Oh, stink. Okay, Jessica, you're the host now. I have no idea what I did, but anyway. Okay, so plug them into the trainings. Right now we have the IPA training, which is already obviously going on, but even if you could kind of like put a bug in their ear to try to do those things each day, you know, message to people and post on Facebook, whatever they're comfortable with, you could try to, you know, get them going on that. And then the last thing would be to ask them to find 3 people that they could get on a Zoom or a 3-way call, and you could tell them about the products, well, or I will, or whoever. So I'm going to play you guys, I'm going to do a screen share so you can see my screen, and I'm going to play a video that Crystal Grady just made where she talks about these Zoom meetings that she's doing and how they've really helped her team grow. So let me pull that up really quick. Oops. Sorry. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you see Crystal? No? Okay, hold on. Okay, now can you see her? Whoops. Okay. All right, everybody good? I'm going to start playing it, so, okay.
There, I'm Crystal Grady. I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Zoom trainings and Zoom meetings. So I've been using Zooms for the last 6 months in my business. And if you don't know what a Zoom is, it is a conference call, but video. So you can share your screen, you can record it, similar to Skype or FaceTime. And it's really easy to log on and send people the link. You just send them a URL link. They can go to zoom.us and they can download the app on their phone or their iPad, or download the software to their computer, and it's free. So how I've been using it to grow my Plexus business is that I use it in prospecting and to connect my prospects with my upline. So it gives that third-party validation. So what I do is I ask my upline, Amy, if she's available on, a time that's good for her and good, I think, for my potential customers or ambassadors. And then I invite them on and I say, hey, Jessica, you know, I have been wanting to share this with you. I know your husband has diabetes. I'm going to have this call with my friend who's really knowledgeable about these products, and I really think you're going to love it. Can you just get on and listen for 30 minutes? And then, or if, you know, if I have a friend that's, that I know is not happy in her job and wanted to stay at home with their kids, I would say, hey, Priscilla, I really think that you would be amazing in this business, and I want you to hear more. I'm going to have my friend Amy on, who's a homeschooling mom of 7, and her and her husband just ramped up. They're making $13,000 a month. They're making incredible income, and I really think you'd be great at this. Can you just get on for 30 minutes and listen? So I tell them why they'd be great at it or why they could benefit from the products, and I edify my sponsor that's going to be on the call with me. Okay, so on that call, I'm going to introduce my sponsor. She would give her testimony, talk about her experience with the business, how it's blessed her and her family, and then I would give my testimony. We're also connecting with them, so I'm talking to them in between, right? So it's not like just total silence. I'm trying to engage them to kind of see how they're responding. But then I'm going over the products. I'll literally hold up, these are the Probiome BioCleanse, this is the Slim, this is what they do, this is why they've helped me. And then from there, I do 2 things to finish it. I, one, talk about how they can order. And so I go over preferred, what that means. And then I always encourage them to sign up wholesale, because that leads into, you know, you get commissions even off your own orders over 100 PV. If you know 3 people, you can get the products at the price of your products paid for immediately within the week that want to do it if they want to do it with you. If you're struggling financially at all, or you know people that are struggling financially, I mean, so many people are right now, that you can make an incredible income. I mean, then I go over my testimony and my upline's testimony. I kind of talk about figures and numbers, because that sometimes people are like, that's what they need. You know, they think, wow, man, if she can do this, I can do this too. Okay, and then I say, so if you are, I'm feeling out how they're responding to me, but then at the end, I'm saying, you know, if you know 3 people, think about 3 people that have migraines or diabetes or looking to lose baby weight, or they're chronically tired, or they need more income. Invite them next Tuesday on another Zoom. Are you available? Right. So then we're setting the next Zoom. So they are like going to sign up tonight, right? So at the very end, I'm saying, okay, so whoever, if it's my somebody I'm doing it with my downline, I would say, okay, Kule is gonna talk to you after and give you this, walk you through signing up. But if you guys can invite 3 people next Tuesday, and then I'm getting that commitment from them, then we can start making, you money immediately, right? And you can start sharing with and helping your friends and family get healthy. So that's kind of how it duplicates, and that's been like the magic of it, is that you just keep going. So you sign up 3 people and they sign up 3 people, and that's how, we're getting to, people are going to be Emerald by July, which is the goal, right? We're trying to go to Kona in July and get the free Lexus, and to be making, $10,000 a month. That'd be incredible, I think, for a lot of us. It's a big goal. So, but it can duplicate just that fast if you're using these tools consistently. So I'm doing about 3 to 5 of these a day. One day I think I did 10. And it's just set my team on fire, and we're growing really fast. So I really encourage you to do these consistently, and encourage your team to do it as well. They can be really fun, non-salesy, and we're just sharing. And that's what Plexus is all about. All right. I hope to see you on the other side, and go set your meetings for Zoom.
Okay. So wasn't that cool? Doesn't that sound awesome? Yeah, I thought so too. I've heard her talk about those before, but she didn't have a video on it, so I thought I'm gonna share it with you guys. Zeke's trying to break into my room right now. I put something up in front of the door so he can't open it. But anyway, so I want to hear from you guys. Let me figure out if I can unmute you. Okay. Let's see.
We can unmute ourselves.
Oh, you can? Oh, perfect. There we go. There we go.
Oops.
There we go. Okay, now I'm the host again. Yay. Okay, so what do you guys think? I know that sometimes it's hard to get, to like make our schedules work. But I think that this would be huge. I mean, she's seeing huge growth. Like, I used to be up on their team page, and I'm not anymore, which is fine because it's just too much going on. But she's been doing really, really well. And I think that honestly, like getting people to silver really quick and getting that $100 in their account would be super helpful. And I mean, we've already got them on a Zoom, and to just say, hey, do you know 3 other people that we could do this with next week? So as I'm talking about like new ambassador signups, like that's going to be like number 7, like I said, ask them to find 3 people that would do a Zoom. And I would, or you guys can, or whoever can talk about the products. We can do it as a team, just like what we're doing right now. Everybody can see everybody, and they'll feel super comfortable because it's more personal than like a virtual party or whatever. And then we just ask them right there, so
Go under settings.
once you sign up, then you can have 3 more people to do a Zoom with, and they can sign up. You know what I mean?
I haven't
So,
done it.
I think that like Jessica and I had a 3-way call today, and that went really well. I mean, by the end, she wanted to order, right? And then Brenda and I did one last week. All signed up, So, I just think it would be really, really beneficial to do it. If you guys are interested in doing that.
Yeah, I am. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, though. It's hard to even get people on the phone. Like, I think my cousin was cool with it because, obviously it didn't feel like pressure to her. And what did I say? I said, like, hey, cuz, I was like, would you be willing to do a 3-way call with one of my best friends, Stephanie, and also my sponsor within Plexus? She's super knowledgeable. She's a stay-at-home mom. She, her health has done a 180. I think I touched base a little bit on, like, I think you mentioning that you had thyroid issues and how, like, you've gotten off your meds, and I just gave her some of those things, and she was like, yeah, that'd be cool. I was like, yeah, she has a great testimony. And, my cousin was cool with it, but when I've asked other people, they're like, it's even hard to get them actually on the phone, just to talk over the phone. And I'm just like, you have like 5 or 10 minutes to catch up and chat over the phone. And they're like, oh no, I'm busy, or now's not the good time. And I'm like, well, would something this coming week, like a Tuesday or Thursday, work for you? And I don't know, I'm like scaring them off because I'm being like not confident, or I'm saying the wrong things. I don't know. I'm like bugging me.
Does anybody have any thoughts, like what you would say to somebody if you wanted to get them on a 3-way call? Or do you guys, I guess, like,
take that one out, Hope. It's got scratches on it.
Probably got fingers.
Hold on.
You gotta go sit down. That's my binky now.
So, like, when I ask people, I just tell them, like, hey, I mean, but this is different, I tell them, hey, I'd really like to see if you want a welcome call with my friend Stephanie, would you be interested in doing that? Just, talk about your goals and whatever. So I guess that's kind of different, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just have to practice with it and see how it goes, and once we do one, I think it'll just kind of go from there. So if everybody, like, if you guys could focus on maybe getting 3 people that you think would want to be on one, then we can just practice with that and see how it goes and go from there. I mean, if it doesn't work for us, then that's fine. It's not like we have to do what she's doing. I just thought, if it's really helping her people get motivated and get more people signed up under them, that's awesome. So
yeah,
I would love to try one, sometime and see how it goes. But anyway, I don't know. I just think that it would be a good tool to use. So I'm gonna try. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to find some people that do one, and then like you guys could get on there and see, or I could record it even maybe, or maybe I'll ask Crystal if she has one recorded that we could watch, and I'll share it with you guys and see
Cool.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Because I think, like if we get used to doing them, like we'll get used to talking about them and used to saying, hey, let's do this. This is how I'm going to share with you about the products. Like, okay, you want more information? Let's set up a time when we can talk. Zoom, phone call, whatever. So I just think like it's just super successful when it does, when we do get them on the phone and they hear it from somebody else, like the third party validation, like she was saying.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to get some, if she has pre-recorded ones, I'd love to see, because it's like, it's hard for me to visualize and kind of think in my head how it will work to make it be successful. And I would love to be able to see how she does it. Like what she says, how she introduces, how does the customer space appear? Do they feel like overwhelmed, or do they feel like, wow, this is great?
Right.
Just knowing.
I mean, the fact that she's doing like 5 or 6 of them a day, which
sounds like a lot.
I mean, there's no way I can do 5 or 6 a day. Like her kids are at school and she has an infant. And so like she's at a totally different point.
And it could be that it's just her schedule is totally different than our schedules. I don't know. So
I'm thinking like, even like once, even if we only did one a week, you know what I mean? Like there's no way that I can do
started. Yeah.
There's no way I can do 10 a day. Like it's just nuts. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to like think outside the box. I'm trying to like, just like, what's a different way we could approach it to people? Or what do you guys think about if we did like, I don't know. I hate to have just like a ton of people because it's not as personal, but like, like, okay, Friday at 8 or whatever, like Brenda, you get people that are interested, Jessica gets people, Diana, Rachel, everybody gets some people, and then we all put them on here. I mean, you can have a ton of people on the Zoom, and then I could talk about the product, share my testimony, whatever. I don't know if I think we tried that a while ago in the Diamonds training, but it was too big. But if we did it within our group, if we each got one person, even maybe, it could be, it could be something easier than trying to like all of us plan one at different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to talk to her. I'll talk to Crystal and see if she'll, share a recording with me. I'm sure she will, but she's, I don't know if she has them uploaded to YouTube or not, but I'll definitely ask her and see if we can watch something that she did. But I would love to see, you guys that aren't silver yet, I would love to see you go silver. That would be really exciting. So I think it would really help. And then 3-way calls, like I said, are always good. So anyway, that's all I have really. Convention is in June, and Jessica has a timeshare down there. So if anyone's interested in going, she needs like $100 for the week for like to stay there or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do because it's way cheaper than the hotel. I do have a hotel room booked too though. So if for some reason like everybody decides that they want to come, there is a place there. And if you guys don't decide to come there, I'm sure I'll find someone else that'll want the room. So don't feel pressure, but if you can make it, that'd be awesome. So at this point, I'm just praying about it because our finances have been nutso lately. We were all going to go, like the whole family was going to go. And then now it's just like, we just can't. So anyway, does anyone have anything else they want to say or share or ask or anything?
This may have been shared when your mother-in-law talked about the taxes and stuff, but the form that they sent, I just got it in the mail today, and it's blank. Like my name's on there, but is it supposed to be like that? Like
no,
there's no.
I read an email about that. They said they're sending another one. Is that right?
The email had a link on it. I haven't gone on it yet.
I haven't either, so I was just curious, does anybody know what to do?
I think the link, you can it off.
So just go to the link and then fill out the information.
Or like it might have one that you can print off then.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The email sounded like to me. I haven't gotten on there yet.
I haven't either, so.
I know we're trying to get our taxes done too, and
Yeah. I
hate it. It's my absolute least favorite thing in life.
You do it yourself?
Oh no, Brandon's mom, Diana, she does it.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, because we have 2 businesses, and it's so confusing. And we don't get any money back anymore because when you're self-employed, you don't have to. So
we owe every year.
Last year was our first year that we owed, and this year I'm sure we will owe again. So
yeah, it's a depressing thing for us too.
Yeah, I know. Tax time used to be exciting, we got like $8,000 back one year.
Yeah.
Now it's like you owe several thousand.
I know, and I think about all the years that Brandon worked on staff. Well, not all the years, but I guess the year that he worked on staff at Harvest, we were scraping by because we barely got paid $100 a week. It was so tight. But then we get this huge refund, and now it's he gets bigger paychecks, but no refund. That stinks.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So, but yeah, try to go on the website and see if you can figure it out on there. But I thought I read something.
I know
another one. What? Oh, Jessica's frozen.
Commissions. When are commissions frozen? When are commissions going to be posted?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like an error on there.
Last month I didn't even get my paid or whatnot until the 12th or something. I wasn't sure either.
Well, you don't get paid until then, but it should show up and tell you,
Gotcha.
Paid. I haven't checked though. I haven't looked.
I looked yesterday.
Yeah, maybe it'll be tomorrow or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully soon. Mm-hmm. So we had a pretty crazy month last month. I'm excited for you guys. You guys had a lot of PV, a lot of ambassadors joining, so that's really fun. That's really exciting. So anyway, you guys are probably tired. So does anyone have anything else they want to share or say or questions? No. I see a sweet boy right there.
Yeah, he wants to come live in Alaska where it's 3 hours earlier.
And there's no snow here.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
We have so much. It is not nice.
Yeah. I would probably like it for about 2 days and then I would be sick of it. So I'm okay. I hate it though because whenever we don't get snow, we have a terrible fire season because the ground doesn't get the moisture it needs. And so then we can't do campfires all summer and it stinks. So that's another benefit of the snow, but anyway. Okay.
Yeah, it was 2 degrees.
2?
Yes. Yes.
It was 40 here today. So
yeah, exactly. I live in the wrong place.
You need to move to Alaska, apparently.
Yeah. That's so weird.
I remember when we lived in Iowa, I was like, it is colder here than it is. I knew it was because I would look at the temperature, and I'm like, what in the world? I mean, it was at least 10 degrees colder in Iowa all the time. And the wind is horrible, just horrible, take your breath away, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't get it, but anyway, it'll be over soon and then it'll be hot.
Yay.
Yay. All right, ladies. Well, thanks for joining in. And just be thinking about the 3-way Zoom things or whatever. Just maybe mention it to people as you're talking with them about the products. Just say, this is a great way to learn more. Would you be interested in doing it sometime? I don't even care if it's just one person. If it's just like you and me and another person, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I just think it'd be a great way to get the information across. So
I know it's not super efficient, but I was kind of thinking of what Brenda was saying about, like, would it be overwhelming for them? Like, how would they be feeling? And if there was a lot of people, like, I don't know. So I know that's not very efficient sometimes because you dedicate a lot of time to helping us, Steph, and I'm just so thankful for you. I really, really appreciate it. So, and we're so, like, blessed to have you. We're so blessed to have all, like, each other. So, but once we get these Zooms down, it's going to be on. And it's all about, I think it's really about confidence and being, like, okay and being bold. And that's what I kind of got from Crystal. Like, just her mannerisms, she's not, like, she's probably failed a lot already. And so it's natural to her. So she can make other people feel at ease. And that's, like, what it kind of is. It's like making somebody feel comfortable. Because, like, if you're nervous, they're going to be nervous. And I'm nervous a lot, so I can only imagine what other people are feeling. But it's going to be awesome once we, fail a lot more times and build ourselves up and learn from, our mistakes or those kind of things. But yes, I'm going to be doing really, really, like, working it's hard to try to figure out how can I get people on the phone and how can we do 3-way chat calls, chat, even on Messenger, but definitely Zooms. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to say, which I don't even know where it did not get in my notes, but 3-way chats, like, especially for people that are just starting out, like, you guys are, I mean, I feel like you guys can pretty much, like, answer questions and you can do all those things. I totally think you can. But, like, if you have somebody that just signs up and they don't know anything, so say they make their first post and then somebody says, what's Plexus? Well, then the best thing for them to do is to be able to put you and their new person or whoever it was in a group chat. But this is what I would just caution you with. Before you automatically put them in a group chat, message them, just say, I'll message you personally, like all of you guys do, you take it off the Facebook wall, but say, hey, I'd love to tell you more about Plexus. Would you be okay if I added my friend Stephanie to the group? She knows a lot more about the products, and I don't know a lot because I'm just starting, but I want to make sure you get the right information. Something simple like that. And then if they say, oh, sure, no problem, then you can just add me or add whoever into the group. But just make sure you ask them first, because honestly, if I got put in a 3-way conversation automatically, I might be like, oh, I'm getting tag teamed here, like they're really going to be on me now, So don't do it automatically. Ask them first, definitely ask them first. If you don't want to be in one and your new person feels like they're fumbling around for, questions or whatever, just tell them, I'm here for you. Ask me anything, just kind of be available for them if they need to just say, hey, what's the answer to this? Or, hey, what's the answer to that? So I don't think that, I mean, for the most part, I would think that people would be okay with a 3-way chat, but I don't know. That's just me. So just definitely ask them. So 3-way chats are great. And then I think that we should at least try to do some of these Zooms and see how they go. So anybody that can get anybody interested in one would be, I think it'd be cool to see how we do it. And then I'll talk to Crystal too and just get some verbiage from her, just like, what do you say? But you're right. She was super confident, and she's amazing. She's an amazing person. And I have been reading her testimonies for like almost 2 years now. So anyway, I just think that it'd be really beneficial. So, and if we try it and it doesn't work, then that's fine too, because that's what we want to do.
And that might be the case, maybe the first aren't going to be that pretty, but the more we do them, just like talking to people, handing out business cards, the better you get.
Right.
So I'm super excited, and we're definitely going to do this.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Awesome.
All right. Nice chatting with you, ladies. Have a good evening.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.